Good evening. I am Sabrine Freeman, your host this evening for LASANA Poet. Features some of the best Bay Area talented poets. I want you to sit back and enjoy LASANA.
The name of this poem is Becoming a Typical Man. I was mom's little baby boy. I grew up under the protection of her wing, listening to her and Stevie sing about ribbons in the sky as I'd help her fold the bed sheets corner to corner. My father, he tried to warn her that her son was gonna be a man, and she ignored the notice and held on to my youth. Efforts hopeless. Mama, your baby is a man now. Let me cut the grass and trim the hedges like Papa used to do. Remember? Man of the house. A title that I acquired before manhood. Smooth face and bright eyes. While my two sisters, they complained about the extinction of the nice guy. What was I? Still just a boy. When I become a man, I'll be a good one. I'll take care of my woman like Mama taught me. I said, or so I thought. But when the time came, I got caught in the same traps as many men before me. Trying to fill the grass outside my yard, leaving beautiful queens emotionally scarred. My apologies were never band-aids or quick fixes. I used to get pissed at how women depicted us as animalistic creatures. Until I found some canine features of my own. I can't cut the grass today, Mama, your baby is grown. I live a life now that you never would condone. Then she said, you're still my baby boy, and I'd like you to. The name of this poem is Prophet. As I look into the eyes of a young child, I see innocence tainted by my own reflection. I got 20 some odd years of experience in life, while these young eyes are teaching me a lesson. So many days that I've wasted, took shots and chased it with reality. Sobered by the thoughts of a journey that was never taken. Overstayed my welcome and seldom took time to break in new shoes. So I'm walking the same path as many men before me. A leader that follows through with nothing. They say he talks a lot, but he's bluffing. Something is wrong with that picture. A prophet will die for the scripture while I'm just living for hollering at the finest sisters with weaves and press-ons. It's getting hard to ignore the calling and be somebody that's stalling for time. Or at the bar still calling for lime. In my corona, stealing life is a crime. So I guess my sentence is to write it in rhyme. Tell the next generation to stay on the grind. Make my footsteps be an example of trying. Let my words be ones of strength and let my faults be the lines. We're moving forward, busy looking behind. But no one is pressing rewind. The eyes of the future are either crying or blind. They call me prophet, and that's my time. The name of this poem is Make Me Out. Make me out to be what you want me to be. I'm just another person that's out here struggling, trying to understand life. Develop my own opinion and try to predict the beginning of any problems before it starts. You see, so very few write for the love of the art, while the art had found me, lost, and it led me. Starving and fed me, shaky hand turned steady and got me ready for the battles that are to come. And they're coming, y'all. So many will never leave where they're from, long enough to know that the weight of a crumb, it's like a fortune to some that are less fortunate. So the goal is never to run without direction. Every letter that I write is an investment that is never wasted. Every word is a puzzle piece I never placed. Every sentence is a permanent thought that I can never erase. Every verse or poem, its meaning I haven't been able to trace, so I say them to y'all just hoping it helps. If not a waste, right? I've been writing for 18 years, so I got a case. In computer lingo, probably a couple gigs worth of rhymes. So I'm asking y'all to listen, and I appreciate your time as I learn to appreciate myself. Yeah, it's true. I'm just writing for my health. This is my therapy, my version of punching a pillow, my diversion from reality's woes. My heart and my soul is in every thought that I compose. Make me out to be what you want, but until the curtain closes, I'm only me.
About Scandalisa Rice, ladies and gents, and George W. Bush of Dumber and Dumber and Dense. About the story that nobody prints. Rumors, speculations, and hints. Was Bush doing Condi while Laura watched through the white picket fence? This calls for a celebratory poem now that the Bush Leaguers have split. And no profanity. And a punchline stolen from a Red Fox bit. Current events that won't make much sense to you or to me, but this truth just might help bring you some glee. That's just the title. It wasn't edible as to what would transpire going down on the Bush, the ex-president, the liar, as pale hands grip her gluteus maxima. Suddenly, his Dick Cheney went slack inside of her. Not very nice, going soft on Scandalisa Rice. For looking at her mug too often would give any virile man a soft on. We're in a bad situation, and things don't look bright. We seem back to the old equation. If you're white, you're all right. If you're brown, stick around. If you're black. Florida, year 2000. Some say it was a plot. Black vote stolen by a Supreme Court dock. We watched Black New Orleans drowning block by block. Working class going broke and going into hot. Democrats help Republicans turn back the clock. Now back into the fold, they expect us to flock, just because now the white folks are voting for Barack. See into the future, could his daddy and his mama they foresaw and tried to prevent any presidential drama. So they named the kid Barack Hussein, surname Obama, figuring with a name sounding so close to Osama and Saddam, for middle America electing president, they'd have to be in buku trauma. We're in a bad situation, and things don't look bright. We seem back to the old equation. If you white, you're all right. If you brown, stick around. If you black, get back. Get back, get back. The tally of the historical track. A civil war was fought 150 years back. The South lost that war, and we thought black freedom a fact. But the Ku Klux Klan, they went on the attack. Northern capitalists and Klan, they made a pact. And then they took our freedom back. 100 years later, we rise and we act. We fight segregation. New laws they enact. They said, that freedom we took, here's some of it back. Uncle Jesse, Uncle Roy, and King, they swallowed that smack. King received praise, they gave him a plaque. Malcolm X spoke for a revolutionary tack. Deacons for the fence, Huey and Bobby, clack, clack. But the government went on the attack. Murdered our warriors in black. 40 years later, the coming of Barack elected the first American president who happens to be black. But for the rest of the black people in the ghetto across the track, find that America ain't cutting us any slack. Young Oscar Grant shot point blank in the back. Professor Henry Louis Gates, he gets jacked. Hauled off to jail, cop giving him flack. Van Jones uses his Mac. Reportedly said Republicans are buttholes, he gets sacked. Can't tell the truth, cause the president is black. Can't say the cop acted stupidly, cause the president is black. Can't defend Professor Gates, cause the president is black. Can barely pass health care, cause the president is black. Damn, what else can't we do, cause the president is black? Republicans get to catcall the president a liar, cause the president is black. Black! Black! I ain't getting back. We got to organize a third wave attack and get all of our freedom back.
This poem is called Is It By Design? I got Empire State mentality, but I was raised in the Golden State, in Vallejo, California. I call it the Valovely. Is it by design, paint a perfect picture? Is it by design like the planets align? Is it by design that God has helped me survive these trying times? Is it by design that my grandmother's spirit is instilled in my firstborn? I last cried when she first cried. My mind is chasing a destination. Wisdom and patience is my matrix. My story is told, words of biblical gold. As I take a peaceful stroll to the serenity, the landscape takes shape, replenishing my spirituality. Is it by design as I flash back to my childhood, watching my grandfather in his big chair, looking like the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C.? Is it by design, paint a perfect picture? Is it by design like the planets align? Is it by design that my mother is a glowing light that I see every day with her reassuring smile, warmth, and comfort? Is it by design that the reflection of success looks back at me is within my grasp? Is it by design, paint a perfect picture? Is it by design like the planets align? Is it by design that the Lord helps us through these trying times? Thank you.
I'm your host, Sabrine Freeman. I hope you have enjoyed LASANA. Until next time, peace.